Hello, everyone. I am so glad to have you here today. As always, I am so excited to have you here. I'm always excited to have you here. I am working to try to get a lot of my setup going, and so I am a little flushed, but that's okay. We're going to get through this anyway. And guess what? This is the beauty of live stream, right? Things happen. So if you see something happen on here, just just stay tuned and we'll see how everything rolls out. But I am so excited to have you here. Who do we have with us today? I got Miss Stephanie here. Hey, Stephanie, girl, you like that music? That's the rocking music. That is specifically for I Rock Resumes. That is my jam. And as I welcome all of you all to today's show, I would love for you to make sure that you share the broadcast with your audience so we can get more people on, because this month is all about interviewing. And I want to make sure that everybody is on and everything. Hey, Miss thank you. Hey, Miss Anise, thank you so much for joining us. And I'm glad that you like it. Hey. So yes, this month is all about interviewing, and I am excited to have you on, everybody on. Share, as I always ask you to do. Share the broadcast. So make sure you share it with your audience so more people can get on and see this. And hey, if you want to go ahead and do a watch party, do that too. Watch parties are absolutely fabulous, and you get a chance to watch it and give feedback. You all can talk and in the chat, and I can post you. Now to my LinkedIn, all of my LinkedIn followers, I am so sorry I am unable to show your comments immediately due to LinkedIn's live being still in the beta. So if I don't answer you right away, it's not that I'm ignoring you, is that they won't give me access to actually see it. And even when I try to look at it on my phone, there's a delay, so I still don't see it. So they're still working out some of the bugs. However, I always jump back over to LinkedIn to answer any of your questions and to respond. But I appreciate you staying with me and watching, and I would love for you to share with your audience as well. I even have Periscope out in the audience. I have Twitter out in the audience. I have both of my Facebook pages, my personal page, as well as I Rock Resumes, and of course, LinkedIn. And guess what? YouTube. I even have YouTube. Hey, let's see who else we got. Just in time. Hey, Tanya, thank you so much for joining. If you missed it, share with your audience so we can get more people on, because again, this is all about interviewing. And if you missed last week's broadcast, go through my feed and you'll be able to see any kind of videos, because I had one last week as well. And today we're going to talk. So today, let me see. Okay, so let me go ahead and do my thing. Get the smile on. Okay, yeah, I'm acting good. Anyway, welcome to another episode of the Job Search and Career Management Made Easy show. Today's show is sponsored by my book that's on Amazon.com and at iRockResumes.com. Did I say that? iRockResumes.com. Let me say that one more time. iRockResumes.com. So my book, You're Hired, 10 tips to rock out your interview so you can land your dream job. So a lot of these things I'll be talking about this week. We'll go into that. But if you are in need of something in your hand, I have it by PDF, like an ebook, and as well paperback. And if you order a paperback, you get a chance for me to sign it for you and put a little note. Okay, so go ahead and do that. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for saying that, Miss Anise. Hey, Christina. Girl, you know I miss you. Christina and I used to have a good time talking back at the Beaumont office. I hope you are well. Thank you so much for joining. And if those of you who do not know me, once you share the broadcast, I always like to at least introduce myself. I am Nickquolette Barrett. I am known as the Get Hired Strategist, because that's what I do. I use tools and solutions and coaching to help you get to the point where you can hear the words, you're hired. It's not all about just doing a resume, just doing a LinkedIn and all that kind of stuff. It's about you getting the actual job. And that's what this show is all about. My focus my focus is providing you the solution. So I'm always honored to have you join me to up-level your career, whether or not you're in the market for a job, or you really want to elevate in one that you already have. Sometimes it's not necessarily time to move, or there's opportunities within the organization, so you don't always have to leave the organization to look for a job. So I help you navigate those mazes outside, externally, or within, internally, through some powerful coaching. And we focus on that. And again, like I said, today's show is sponsored by my book, You're Hired, 10 Tips to Rock Out Your Interview and Land Your Dream Job. So our topic today is basically interview methods. What are they, and do they actually work? So that's our topic on today. So we're going to talk about that because a lot of times we've all heard of different methods on how we should go into an interview and basically making sure we know what to do. A method is a must if you are going into any interview. It's just an absolute must. You can't go in and wing it. And I've had many clients to come on after they bombed an interview, especially for a job that they really, really wanted, because they really weren't prepared. We have a lot of stuff going on in our head and we think that we're ready and we're prepared, but it's a different beast when you're sitting in front of a panel, or you're now doing video. You're doing an interview and you probably haven't done it in a long time, or you're not getting your point across properly. If you don't have the proper preparation or even the actual proper coaching, you will get in there and lose that opportunity. And you're talking about thousands of dollars. What are you talking about? 45, 55, 65, 75, and some of my clients, $295,000. And you don't want to go in there and risk that by not being prepared. And everybody can prepare. I don't care who it is. If you're entry level all the way up to executive, you need coaching. And yes, I have CEOs who need my coaching, and I've coached them as well. And it's funny because I tell them, you better do what I tell you to do. And they do it because they still have to prepare. They know how to do their job, but they still have to go before people and also present stuff. So they still need coaching as well. So in today's episode, you will learn why there's so much more to interviewing than just showing up and not winging it. So before I start, I want you all to stay tuned. And let's see, let me go back over here. And I want you all to watch my quick, let me see, look at me. Oh, let me stop this and stop this. I want you all to watch my quick video. I'll be back. And we're back. All right. Thank you so much for staying with me as I show that quick intro. I love my little intro that was created for me, and I hope you all enjoyed it as well. And look, Chrissy said, miss you too. Yay, I miss you. Yay. All right. So let's get to it. So we've all heard about the different methods, right? The STAR method, the SAR method, and not too many people heard about the PAR method. But these methods are very useful when you are preparing for an interview. Preparing for the interview and also being able to get into the interview and answer questions in a methodical way that don't sound methodical or robotic, but it will easily flow off of your tongue because you're prepared. You have a rhythm on how to answer the questions. I had an interview prep session with a client on yesterday, and I used the example of Akilah and the Bee. I don't know if you all remember that movie and how she would jump rope and kind of hit her hip as she jumped so she could remember how to spell those words. These methods are similar to that because it gives you a repetition on how to answer the questions. So in making sure that you're going in there prepared is the most important thing to overcoming any kind of fright. Because a lot of times if you have fright and you're so scared and you're sweating like, oh my gosh, okay, yeah, the resume did its job, right? It got you the interview, but now you're sweating bullets and nervous about the interview. Most times you're nervous because you haven't prepared, right? So therefore, most people who are prepared are not nervous, or maybe I should say as nervous, because at least they have something going in there. And when you're put in a situation where you're having to answer behavioral questions or situational questions, If you're not familiar with those on how to answer those, then you're going to be a little bit stuck. And we don't want you to be stuck. I want you to make sure that you're having some type of method so that you can be successful in your actual interview. So the methods I'm going to talk about today are very effective, but I want you all to put in the comments if you have some thoughts about these or some tips that help you as well. I want us to share those, and I'll show those tips on what helps you get through an actual interview, because these are methods, but maybe you have some kind of idea as well to help the audience, because this is more collaborative. I don't want to just be a talking head. I want you all to talk back to me. Okay. Oh, okay. You all always have to do the dance. Gotta do the, okay, let me stop. Okay, no more dancing. Okay, so let me get up my other little screen here, and then we will start to show this. I'm going to share my screen. So let's see. All right, here we go. Okay, there we go. Can y'all see that? Y'all see that? I think I should make me a little bit smaller. Okay, I'll make me smaller. Okay, now let's talk about the first method, the STAR method. Yes, the STAR method. The STAR method is a great method when you are looking at, okay, what am I going to say? What if they ask me this question? How would I formulate it so that I, answer their questions effectively? And so therefore, you always want to think about the S is for situation. We all have situations. I'm even talking to my college students who probably have never had a job. A lot of times I have people come into an interview in corporate America, and then they're like, well, I don't know. I said, well, you don't only have to answer based on, I cannot believe somebody is calling me. It's Alicia. Hey, Alicia, I am on my live. I guess I forgot to see things happen on a live. Well, anyway, we're going to keep it rolling. I'll call Alicia later. But anyway, so the STAR method. So we all have situations, and it don't always have to be a work situation. And a lot of times we just get so caught up and we just get stage fright. Like, what kind of situation do I have? You all have situations. You just have to really think through, what have I been doing in my college years, in my career, in my life, or what have you. There's so many situations that you come up with, that you come upon, that you have some kind of situation. So I won't take that as an excuse. You do. So think about a situation that you can use to answer the question. And it's not just about the situation. If you look here, they talk about tasks and also actions. So what task did you do about the situation, trying to resolve the situation? What task did it take for you to do that? So think through those with your situation. Okay, you have a situation, and then all of a sudden something happened. What did I do to try to resolve that situation? What tasks or steps did I take? And then what actions did I execute so I can get to my R, which is the result? This is the most important thing. People forget about the result. And even with my client that I had yesterday, when we were talking, she was doing, she got into the interview and she was like stage fright. She'd been in her career for many years, but everything is in your head, but you just don't know how to do it. She said, I'm so glad we had this interview prep coaching session, because I just wish I had it before I went into that interview. She didn't get the job. And it was unfortunate, because now she has to start the process all over again of applying for a job, getting selected for an interview. And then I don't know about y'all, but I'm all about efficiencies. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. And I'm going to do it the first time. I don't have time to waste. And guess what? You're going to have that issue as well. We worked together yesterday fabulously. She feels so much more comfortable in going to her next interview. So she is ready, and she has a recording and a script to help her continue to practice before she gets that next interview. That's why it's so important to have methods like this in order to be prepared, because if you're not prepared, you will have to start that process all over again. And I'm telling y'all, I don't like doing repeat. Oh, well, we call it in corporate America rework. No, who has time for that? Get it done, and get it done right. And the investment is well worth it, because again, you just lost out on something that could have been yours. So the next one is talk about the SAR method. Now, the SAR method is similar to the STAR method. And what they've done is taken out the T, because some situations don't necessarily have tasks. Some situations you just have to act. right? You just have to do something to resolve the situation. So think through situations that don't necessarily have a task, because sometimes projects, okay, you have a project where you have to do a project to resolve maybe a technical error that's in a computer program. So yeah, there's certain tasks you have to do. Then you have to do actions like, testing it. And then the result hopefully will be that the program now runs smoothly. But sometimes there are just certain situations where all you have is a situation, then you have an action, and then you have a result. So a situation could be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to use this really crazy example. My car was on fire. I hurried up, went and got a bucket and poured water on the fire. I know, not a really good example, but the result was the fire was put out, right? So that's an action. So there's no necessarily task about it, but there is an actual action to it. So you can have both of those types of examples to be able to use to answer some of these situational and behavioral type of questions when you get into the actual interview. So think about the SAR method and think about what examples do I have that I can actually utilize, okay? And then my next one is the PAR method. Now, the PAR method is talking about a problem. Now, see, situations, and then there's a problem. Most people are problem solvers. You may not want to call yourself a problem solver, but if you think about it, you're solving a problem. Even to the point that me and my family, you know what our problem is every day? What are we going to eat for dinner? It's a problem. Like, what in the world? And y'all, I've already told y'all, I am not the cook, right? So therefore, my husband and my daughter, they are the cooks. I'm the cleanup. I clean up the kitchen. I prepare and all that kind of stuff. But they don't necessarily like my cooking, but that's okay. I let them work in their gifts and I work in mine, right? That's it. Okay. Yep. So that's that. So there is the PAR method. So you have a problem, you have an action, and then there should be a result. So what kind of problem do you have that you have encountered even yesterday, even today, that you can think about the action that you took in order to get a result after that? So that's another method that you can utilize. And actually, you can utilize all three methods when you're thinking about your actual examples that you would use if you were called in for an actual interview. And they do work if you work them. Right? So you have to be prepared. So what are you going to do? So I'm going to see if I have any questions out here. Anybody have any questions or anything like that? All right. Oh, thank you. And he said, congratulations. Thank you. So any questions on any of that? Because I want to make sure that you all understand that there's those methods that you actually need and not to go into an actual interview and wing it. Again, when you're winging it, guess what? People like me that's sitting on the other side of the table, I can tell. I can tell when you're not prepared. I can tell when you're thinking off the top of your head. And one of the things I love to do in my interview prep with my clients, I tell them we do it virtually on video because I want them to see their quirks. I want them to hear their quirks. I want them to, be able to understand. I didn't realize I did that. I had one young lady who, by the way, is an epidemiologist. I never knew what that meant until I had her as a client. And then all of a sudden, now it's the big word during the pandemic. I said, oh, I rocked out a resume for an epidemiologist. So therefore, what she would do is sit in her chair and then she would twist the whole time, every time I asked her a situational or behavioral question. And then I said, no, honey, no, stop that. You can't do that. And then when she did that, she sat on her hands. Then she started looking up at the ceiling. And I'm like, no, look at me. So we coach through those things and you're not realizing that you're doing those things because you're so caught up in your head about how to answer those questions. And we don't want you to do that. But being prepared will help you not do those things and being able to have a way to understand what your quirks are, because we all have them. Because I'm a person that talks with my hands. So therefore, I got to make sure I'm watching my hands and I'm probably smacking somebody as I'm talking, right? So therefore, we have to think about our own individual quirks and being able to do that. But as far as your, I'm going to go back over here to our examples here. I want to make sure that you understand. You have the STAR method, you have the SAR method, and you have the PAR method, okay? And one of the things that I did tell you all last week at the end of the broadcast is that I am going to be doing a workshop. This is the method that I created, that I truly believe trumps all the methods, the STAR method, the SAR method, and the PAR method. Great methods to use, nothing against those methods, but I have found a trick that has helped my clients be successful in an interview. And I coach them through how to use what I call the IROC STAR method or the R STAR method. And the IROC STAR method is kind of a play on the STAR method, but in a different way. And what it does, it helps you remember your answers to questions that we developed together, and you answer, and we practice those in a methodical way. But it has proven, oh my gosh, so many times to be so much better. One of my clients told me, he said, oh my gosh, I've studied all those methods all on YouTube and reading. He said, this is the better method. He said, where's this method been? I said, I created it. I wrote a book about it. I said, so therefore, that's why I teach it and I coach it, because I have seen the results. I have been used. This method has been tried and true in corporate America. And then I package it up to sell to my clients, or it shouldn't sell, but provide a service to my clients, because I know it works and it helps you remember. So my method has been tried and proven down through the years. Now, if you are wanting, oh, great. Yeah. All right. Says I support this method. All right. Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, because I'm telling you, it is a great method to use. And if you put it to use, you will see a difference in how you do it. I can't tell you everything, but I am going to have a class. And this class is going to take you, let me see. Let me go here. Stop sharing this screen. It's going to take you a little bit deeper. Let me see. Let me go here. I'm going to show you something really quickly. Let's see. I got to share my screen. I'm going to share it here. Share. And I'm going to do this. Okay. Can y'all see this? Let me see. I'm going to go back here. Okay. So this is my website. And I hope you all can see this. Let me know if y'all can see this. Can y'all see this? Okay. This is my method. Okay. I mean, not my method. This is my website. Right here is a little bell. And I want you to look at this. This is something that I am going to be teaching at the end of this month. As you can see this picture, this is not an effective interview method, right? We all do like this. We just got done with the interview and we're hoping and we're praying that we got it. That's not effective. So what I want to do is teach you how to, do your interview a whole lot better, okay? So let me go down here. Oh, let me see. Oh. And so when you go there and read it, I'm teaching a masterclass. It's an interview prep masterclass, okay? It's going to be Thursday, May 28th from 5 o'clock till 6:30. The content is going to be about an hour long, and then there's going to be about 30 minutes of questions. I'm going to have a special guest that's going to be on to talk to you about how to dress for the interview as well. So it's from 5:30 until 5 o'clock to 6:30, and it's only $47. Okay. And here's what you're going to learn. You're going to learn how to show up like a pro. Okay. Like a pro to your video interview. Because we know with the pandemic, a lot of organizations are moving to interviewing on video. Now, this has already been in the works. People have been doing this for a while, but the pandemic has actually sped up where organizations are adapting to this form of interviewing more regularly. So you need to understand how you need to have your camera set, how to wear the proper attire, and what you need to do. We're going to go through that. We're going to talk about how to create an actual opening. And this is create an opening statement that will have them at hello. I will help you rock that out. So I want you to understand that. Create a professional image and background setting. There's to it, because we don't want to see everything that's going on in the background in your home. Okay. Sometimes not so good. I don't know if you've been following, but there's something, a Facebook page that are rating people's spaces. This gentleman started it where he's rating stars and TV newscasters spaces and giving them, ratings from 1 to 10 on their space. So we want to make sure that you're have a setup that's proper. I'm gonna teach you how to answer interview questions using my method, the iRockStar method. I'm gonna teach you step by step on what you need to do in order to answer the questions. Then, of course, we got to end the interview, right? So you're gonna learn also how to create a closing that will ask for the job without asking for the job. And there's a technique to do that. And I want to teach you that. And then I want to teach you how to ask the appropriate questions that show that you're interested. Now, yeah, there's all kinds of general questions that you can ask, but why ask something general? I'm going to teach you how to come up with questions that are very specific to either the job or to you. And I'll teach you the method on how to do that and give you some examples. And that will be, I'll give you also a list that you can reference that as well. Okay. So if you are interested in that course, I would love to have you be a part of it. But go to my website. And like I showed you, it's right there. You go right to that little bell. Click on that little bell and you can sign up for the class right there. It'll take you right there to the class to register and you'll be in the classroom. And for $47, you can't beat it because you're going to have me for an hour. I'm going to an hour or more. In addition, you're going to have our special guest that's going to be on as well. That's Mayan Payne. And she is a chief executive stylist. And she's going to be talking about what to wear and all that kind of stuff. And you all saw her on my broadcast, 2 weeks ago. So yes, she will be back and coming on and talking from that perspective a little bit deeper. So this is going to give you an opportunity to really ask questions and dig through the material a little bit more than I can do in a live. So I really recommend that you all do that. So again, go right to the website and sign up and register for that class. Let me stop sharing. And then I'm back. All right. Hey, Rhonda! It's so good to see you. Yes, Christina. Thank y'all so much for joining me. Again, interviewing does not have to be scary. You don't have to be frightened about it. What I recommend is that you prepare. Invest in yourself. And investing in a coaching session, and I have several, they range from $500 to $1,500, is not what you want to do right now. Come to the class. I am going to teach you in a group setting where we can actually dig through, and I'll teach you my method on what to do. I'm going to teach you how to do an opening statement. That's awesome. I'm going to teach you how to do a closing statement that will you can drop the mic and exit stage left. I'm going to teach you those things so that you know what to do and how to do it. Okay. So make sure you sign up for that class. It's May 28th, which is a Thursday. I'm having it from 5 until 6:30 so I can get prepared for my show at 6:45. And if you signed up for the class, don't worry. You will still get the recording and you will have access to the recording for 5 days. So you will get a chance to watch it over and over again if you like. Okay, so don't worry about registering. Oh, I can't make it that day. I have something going on. Doesn't matter. You will still get full access and I will be available to answer any of your questions. If you have questions after you register, you're not there, I will still answer your questions. All right. So let's take a look. So again, interview prep masterclass, only $47. That's it. I want to make it affordable for as many people as possible who are listening to me, who can get this training. And it will be via a webinar system. And I want you to do that. And of course, always join my mailing list because my mailing list knows about this stuff well before anybody else do. So join my mailing list, iRockResumes.com. You can click on it and there's a free download for you as well, where you can download the one-page resume myth, busting that wide open. Okay, so download that, get on the mailing list so that you can get access to all of this great information. And about next week's show, the next week's topic is about the 5 P's of interviewing. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. right? Okay, so I want you to make sure that you show up for that show, same time and same place, always. All right, let me see if I have any more comments. Oh, thank you. Look, this is my cousin, y'all. Hey, Orlando. He is a job search strategist as well. And you can find him at OrlandoHayes.com. And he's doing some awesome things. He always does awesome things. I can't wait for your podcast, cuz. Okay, yeah, he's got a podcast that's going to be coming up as well. You know, I'm going to have him back on the show eventually, too. So he was one of my guests. So I'm going to have him back on the show. And thank you, Tanya. Thank you. Yes. And thank you for calling the ministry, because I feed into people. When my clients come on board, it's not about coaching. I also do a lot of counseling, because going through a tough time on the job, whether you need coaching because somebody is messing with you and your boss is just not right, all of these kinds of issues, you can't make it to the next. I have to work through a lot of those things with my clients, even before I get the chance to write the resume, before I get a chance to do the interview prep, before I do the LinkedIn profile, and even before I do the coaching. So for me, it is a ministry. And I'm so glad that you said that, Tanya, because it is a ministry, because I feed from my heart. And also with my extensive experience in ministry with my husband, that's just who I am. And I have to lead by that. And that's why you all see my hashtags. That hashtag, God is my CEO, Jesus is my director. And guess what? The VAs, the angels are my virtual assistants, the VAs, right? So I have all of them around me, including my real team. So shout out to Tammy, Pam, as well, who helped me behind the scenes run iRock Development Solutions LLC, doing business as iRock Resumes. I couldn't do all of this without them. All right. Thank you all so much, and share this broadcast with others so they can get on. And again, go to my website, iRockResumes.com, and make sure that you sign up for that. For the masterclass, again, it's only $47, iRockResumes.com. Sign up, go to the little bell. You'll click right on there and be taken right to the registration page and secure your spot, because we're going to be rocking and rolling at the end of this month. And let's see. And I think that is all. You all have a blessed one. And I will see you all. I got another comment. Let me see. Oh. Oh, thank you so much, Christina. Yep, that's it. All the way even back to college, when I did a little pledge in a little sisters group, they called me Bubbles. And I was like, okay, that's me all the time. I don't even need caffeine, I guess. Thanks, Christina. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so very much. I appreciate you all joining me. Thank you, Tanya. I love your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am going to get out of here, and then I am going to end it really quickly. Let's see. Hide that. Again, I am the Get Higher Strategist. Thank you for joining me, and join me next week. Same time, same place, 6:45 p.m. Thursday.